Good morning, everyone. I'm Chris Honorato. It's Friday, March 22nd. We will get to our top stories in a moment, but the first warning forecast right now ahead of an alert day, which comes on Saturday, overnight Friday into Saturday. Precipitation for everybody in the capital region, but some heavy snow for some of us. So let's get to our meteorologist, Christina Talamo, right away now on 13 Now, where we bring you those days' biggest stories, breaking news, and of course now the first warning forecast. Christina, an alert day, late March, we should have known, right? Yeah. This was coming at some point.
Yeah, that's for sure, Chris. We were definitely due. I mean, it hasn't felt quite like winter the last couple of weeks. Of course, now that we're in spring, everybody's kind of finally switching over. But typical March, we've got more snow and messy weather to talk about. So we do have an alert day in effect for tomorrow. And again, this is mainly because of some significant snow off to our north and some variable weather across the rest of the area. This is really going to depend on where you are. This storm, very particular with a sharp gradient. So cold rain, a mix off to the south, heavy snow across the north country. It's really going to depend on where you are, that surface temperature. That'll determine what you get. But some of us might be breaking out the snow plows, and some of us might not need the shovel at all. Saratoga Springs right now, though, we'll finish off the work week with some quiet weather. 22 degrees, feels like 17 when it comes to the wind chill, bright blue skies, sunshine. Really nice start to the day. Again, it is very cold, so you want to dress warm as you head out the door. But I would say the good news today compared to yesterday, less wind. So you won't have to worry about that as we go throughout the afternoon. Quiet and dry, clear skies this morning, more clouds this afternoon ahead of an approaching system. Here's a look at that satellite and radar. We've got two areas of low pressure that we're tracking. One off to our west, pushing through the Great Lakes, or that will push through the Great Lakes, associated with some snow there that will arrive closer to midnight, and a secondary area of low pressure off to our south that will bring some moisture from the Gulf of Mexico up the coast. And that's going to be our main area of low pressure that will kind of keep things prolonged during the day on Saturday. So we'll keep an eye on both of those systems there. That will bring us both some rain and snow to the capital region. Temperatures are in the teens and lower 20s out there this morning, so a cold start. Highs will be close to 40 degrees in the valleys, a little bit cooler, hanging on to lower and mid 30s in the hills outside of the Hudson Valley. But let's break out that hour-by-hour forecast as we go throughout the weekend. Starting off the day today with the clear skies, the sunshine. By lunchtime, though, unfortunately, clouds thicken up. So we'll expect a lot of clouds this afternoon. But the good news is it will be dry for any plans that you might have. Overnight, though, that's when the snow arrives. Burst of snow around midnight. Likely will be cold enough to see snow for everyone, maybe a little bit of a mix. Albany points on southward throughout the Hudson River Valley. That's where it will be a little bit milder. And we'll also see some milder air aloft move in. That will lead to some mixing, some sleet, some freezing rain possible in those spots before we change over to plain old rain. Any of that snow that does accumulate for Albany and points on south will get washed away pretty quickly because of all that rain. So moderate to heavy rainfall on south, plain cold rain. Off to the north, moderate to heavy snow. And again, those areas, Hamilton County, Warren County, North and Washington County, that's where it will stay snow likely all day long. And that's why we're looking at the higher snow totals there. Otherwise, as we go through Saturday evening, still sticking around with the wet weather, but it starts to pull out. And on the back end of that system, we'll see some colder air wrap in. Could see a slushy inch or two on the back end, even in those areas that see more of that rain. So snowfall forecast, again, really will depend on where you are. The Greater Capital District, 1 to 4 inches. That's really it. And there'll be a fine line with off to the south, we'll experiencing mainly rain, maybe a slushy accumulation that gets washed away and a like dusting on the back end. Off to the north, 4 to 8 inches, Mohawk Valley, Saratoga County, Washington, into southern Vermont, and then 8 to 14 way up north. Again, that's where we'll see more of that heavy snow sticking around all day long. This will be a very wet, sticky, heavy snow, and that's why it'll be a little bit more compacted. So we'll get some of those lower numbers as opposed to a light and fluffy snow that, on the other hand, would be very easy to shovel. So snow blowers will be needed this weekend if you have them and if you live way up north. Highs today, though, not too bad. Upper 30s, morning sun, increasing clouds. Less wind, breeze out of the northwest, 10 to 15. Tonight, we're down to 30. Rain and snow arrives after midnight, and then that alert day remains in effect during the day on Saturday. Just overall, all day inconvenient weather. Snow up north, cold rain to the south, just a gloomy, dreary, damp day. Really just cold. Not the best day on Saturday. So if you can find reasons to stay inside, good day for that. Sunday, it'll be breezy, but we'll see some dry weather and sunshine return, lower 40s. And then we're pretty good. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, gradual warm up. We're in the 50s by Wednesday and Thursday. And we'll also track our next opportunity for some rain showers.
All right. So everybody's on alert for Saturday, and then we'll flip this thing back to spring, it looks like. All right, Christina, thanks. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the snow. Well, whatever a little bit we get anyway in the immediate Albany area. More news to get to here on 13 Now, and it's going to be another sad, emotional day for plenty of people in Rensselaer, as Chief Warrant Officer Casey Frankoski will be laid to rest. She is one of those 2 National Guard members from the Capital Region killed in a helicopter crash 2 weeks ago in Texas. Casey was a member of the New York National Guard. That crash happened on March 8th at the U.S.-Mexico border. She was 28 years old. The crash also took the life of Chief Warrant Officer John Gracia III and badly injured aircraft crew chief Jacob Pratt. Both men were from the Capital Region. Casey's a native of Rensselaer and also the daughter of retired police chief James Frankoski. The funeral service is at 11 o'clock this morning at St. John the Evangelist and St. Joseph's Church in Rensselaer. There are expected to be somewhere between 300 and 800 fellow service members at that funeral. We will bring you live coverage from it right on News Channel 13 starting at 11 o'clock. Sabrina Dami and Stella Porter will be live there. Caitlin Erla will anchor our coverage in studio. Also today, family and friends are gathering to remember the life here of Baby Halo Branton in Columbia County. Halo's mother, Persia Nelson, is currently being charged with murder, manslaughter, and endangering the welfare of a child for allegedly leaving Halo in a pipe full of cold water and mud on the GE campus in Schenectady. An autopsy found that Halo died from hypothermia. This afternoon, people can pay their respects from noon until 2 at the Peck and Peck Funeral Homes in Copake. The funeral will follow immediately afterwards. So 2 funerals today, 2, of course, very sad days for plenty of people in the Capital Region. We will bring you live coverage again from the funeral in Rensselaer of Casey Frankoski, and Dan Levy will cover the funeral for Baby Halo Branton and all of the legal surroundings with that story. Have a great weekend, everyone. Stay safe on Saturday with the weather. Thanks for watching 13 Now. I'm Chris Honorato.